If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture on gate electrical circuit series. So today we will be taking questions number 41, 46 onward, and we will complete up to 150. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay, in question number 146, what they have asked, the impedance looking into the nodes 1 and 2 in the given circuit is. So again, if you see this circuit is involving a dependent source. So if you have a dependent source, you cannot directly kill it. So for that purpose, what we have given, we have connected a source, 1 volt source here. So we will connect a 1 volt source here, and we will see how much current is taking from here, 1 volt. So we will calculate the currents that is coming out of it, and then that current divided by voltage is the resistance it fills through these two terminals. If it see what is the resistance it is filling inside, if it is 10 volt, if it is giving 2 ampere, that means it feels that inside there is a 5 ohm resistance is there, 10 by 2. So that is the way how we will see what is the resistance from this side. So if you from this side, your circuit will look like, simply I am making 9 plus 1 10. This is 9 plus 1 10 kilo ohm, and then this is 100 ohm, and then you have connected a source of 1 volt, and then you have a current source of 99 IB. This is my IB, and this is 99 IB. So I need this current. Suppose this current is I. So you can take a node analysis here, and you can take all these node as a reference node. So you know the voltage here directly, so you can you can apply KCL here or node analysis. You know each and every current. So summation of all outgoing currents should be equal to 0. So what is the first outgoing current? This branch, if I take 1 by 100, 1 divided by 100, plus what is this outgoing current? 1 divided by 10 kilo. Then this current, this branch gone, this current is coming, so it will be minus I, and this branch is also coming, that is minus 99. What is IB? IB is this current. So what was this current? This current we considered 1 by 10 kilo, but that is in opposite direction. See, this current is 1 by 10 kilo, 1 by 10 kilo, but this is in opposite direction. So my IB is minus 1 by 10 kilo. See the direction, IB they have given in this direction, 1 by 100 is in this direction, so my IB is minus 1 by 100k. So that's why it is given. So if you solve it, you will find your I is equal to 1 by 50. I think you can solve it. So the resistance that it is seeing from these 2 points, it will be your voltage, the voltage you have applied, and the current it is taking from that source. So it is 50 ohm. That is your option A. So now if you can see, so this is the way we deal with dependent source. Always connect to 1 volt source or 1 ampere source. If you connect to 1 ampere source, then you calculate the voltage. That's it. In that way also you can do. Now consider the delta connected resistors and the equivalent star as shown in the figure. The elements of odd delta are increased by a scalar factor k, scaled by a factor k. That means each one is multiplied by k. Corresponding star equivalents will be scaled by a factor. So if you see RA, capital RA, what will be capital RA? Suppose this RA is connected, suppose this is my star, so this RA is connected between this plus this. So what was the formula? RA plus RB plus RC. So if you do this one, each one you multiply by k, so k square, k it will be k square into earlier things, and here it will be k if you take common, and then this RA, suppose each one you multiplied by k. So ultimately you will get k into the older expression, that is old RB RC divided by old RA plus RB plus RC. So ultimately each one will be multiplied by k. You can take one example. Suppose this is new value, suppose this one is new value, that means multiplied by, when you multiply by RB with k, then it becomes RB dash RC dash. So it is RA plus RB plus RC. So that means it is the old value which is multiplied with k. So in 148, a voltage source Vs for B is equal to is an internal impedance of 4 plus this much. The purely resistive load, this is connected. So this one we have mentioned earlier, because the source is here 4 plus J3, source is here Z, so you don't have a direct formula for that because load is R. What was the direct formula you have? If the source and you have a resistance, if it is a source you have a resistance, then this is case 1 for maximum power transfer. Or if you have a source and this is Z and your load is also Z, then also you have a formula which ZL should be equal to Z in star. And here in this case this should be equal to the real value. This should be real, and that is resistance only, resistive only, and the value should be equal to R. That load should be equal to R. RL should be equal to R for maximum power transfer. But this is not an standard case 1 or case 2 case. So here we have to differentiate. But yesterday we have already, in the last lecture, we have already differentiated it. So from there you have already seen that in that case it is equal to, or you can see the derivation also. We have already differentiated one case where it was Z and it was R. I forgot the question number, you check the last 1 or 2 lectures. So it is 5. So that's why it is 5. But it is not a standard formula. We have derived this one in some of the questions. This one, question number 138. You check question number 138. There I have derived this one. This R should be equal to RL we have calculated. In that case also it is 5 because it was 3 plus J4 in parallel. These two are in parallel, so 3 plus J4. In the circuit shown below, the source voltage Vs is this much. Then the Thevenin's equivalent voltage in volts seen by the load resistance is. So how your load resistance will see Thevenin's voltage seen by the load resistance. So you will have to look from this side. So if you want to look from this side, what you will do, you will open this branch and you will see what is the resistance you are finding here. So if you open this branch, and if you are looking through this, then your I2 is 0. Simply your I2 is 0 because you are opening this, so your I2 is 0. Once your I2 is 0, then this goes to 0. That means this is a straight path now. So if this is a straight path, then you can easily calculate VL1 because this voltage will divide it into two parts, and that voltage is multiplied by 10 which comes here, and you are seeing that much voltage, Thevenin's equivalent voltage they are asking. So for voltage you remove this one, you see what is the voltage, this resistance also we remove this one, we see from this side what is the resistance. So if you remove and if you see from these two sides, if you remove, what will be the voltage? No current is flowing, so this voltage will directly come here because no current is flowing, no drop. So ultimately you will get same 10 VL1. So your answer is 10 VL1, and VL1 is voltage division of these two. So if we apply this logic here, so your VL1 is equal to, what is your Vs given? Vs is 100 at an angle of 53. It will be divided into these two, that is 4j by 3 plus 4j. Again I am saying polar to rectangular conversion, be very careful, you will not find in exam directly in the on-screen calculator. So you have to practice it so that it becomes easy for you. 4j, that has been divided, that multiplied by 10, which is 10 VL. This is VL1, okay, done. So now if you need VTS, then it will be 10 into VL1. So ultimately if you calculate this and if you put it here, you will find your answer is 800 at an angle of 90 degree. I am directly writing, you can easily do. You calculate this one and you multiply it by 10, you will get 800. Now in question number 150, the Norton equivalent source in amperes is seen into the, in amperes as seen into the terminals of X and Y. Now if you short these two, Norton equivalent source, in Norton equivalent what you do, you calculate ISC, I short circuit, then you put a current source of that current. So if this one is short, there is no need of this branch. This branch, all the current will pass through this only. So this branch is already, you can remove this one. So you can think, you can apply nodal mesh, KVL, KCL, whatever, or you can apply superposition also. You take one by one source and you take what is the current flowing through it. So if I switch it off, so my ISC is, I can here I can itself calculate it. ISC, what will be ISC if we switch it off? If you short it, then due to this the current is flowing in this direction, so I am taking this direction as a reference, so it is plus 2.5 volt, and you see 5 are parallel, so it is 2.5 is in series, that is 5 volt. So the voltage is 2.5 and resistance is 5 ohm in the circuit. So this plus, so this is first case. If I take this one, now if I take this one, now this one, now forget about this. So if I see this one, then what is the resistance it is seeing? It is not there because it is short circuit. So 2.5 is in parallel with 5. So 2.5 in parallel with 5 will give you, we do it here. So ISC, I got 2.5 by 5 plus, then if now this is gone, so this circuit is there. I am not drawing the circuit. So if this is not there, then what is this is also not there. So this and these are in parallel. So the resistance you are seeing will be equal to the resistance of this 5 plus this 2 is in series. 2.5 is in parallel, sorry, these two are not there, so 2.5 and 5 are in parallel, and that parallel is in series with 5. So 5 plus 2.5 in parallel with 5. You will get around 6.667. So now if you have RT, so if you have RT, you have voltage, how much current it will be? That voltage divided by this resistance. So that voltage divided by this resistance will give you current, but you need again not this current, you need which current? This branch current. So this current again divided into two parts in the ratio 2.5 is to 5, that is 2 is to 1. So this side will be higher, this side will be lower, because it is low resistance, it is high resistance. So the current you got, that is 5 divided by this 6.667. This is the current that is coming out of it. It will be divided into these two. The smaller portion will get to 2 is to 1 ratio, so 2 by 3 portion it will get. So if you do it, you will find it. So it is 0.5, it is also 0.5, so you will find approximately equal to 1 ampere. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.